is Jun Huang. You can call me James. I came from China. I have been in Canada for almost 1 year. Happy, very happy.
Yeah, my full name is Kais Khalifa, and I'm from Iraq. I have been in Canada for more than 3 years. Now I don't need to depend on someone. I feel I'm settled now. Yeah.
My name is Zohra Umarzakova. I came from Uzbekistan 2006, May 3rd. I just achieved my goal when I came to Canada.
My name is Xingyang Li. Yeah, please call me Cindy. I came from Korea. Yeah, I have been here just 1.5 years. Yeah, nowadays I feel easy. Yeah, everything.
Hi, my name is Pablo Vimos and I come from Ecuador. I've been in Canada for the last 6 years. We have adjusted to the culture. We are happy, we know our surroundings, and I'm contributing to build community. So yes, I'm settled now.
The reason why I fled Iraq at that time because it was, as you know, unsafe. There's no electricity, there's no clean water, there was no transportation. First I moved from Iraq to Syria because it was so hard for us to stay even in Syria. If I want to make ends meet at that time, me and both of my children have to work. I joined the UN. Then after a few years, they gave you options if you want to stay in Syria or move to another country.
My daughter wanted to learn English overseas, but international learning is very expensive, so we decided to immigrate.
I focus in my work because I'm a businessman. I have no time live with my children, my family. I just want to start a new life, so I select Canada. It's a personal decision.
We moved to Canada because of my wife's job. She's a fishery scientist and she got a position here working for the Pacific Salmon Commission.
It was my husband who wants to come. It wasn't my choice because my husband, he is from Afghanistan and he is a refugee. And my country, they're not accepting refugees people. But in my country, it's not really big salary and it's always not enough. We couldn't buy whatever food my children want. It was very hard to leave my country. I had a job and a history degree from my country and to leave all my family, like parents. I have 2 brothers and sister.
My wife has a stable work in China. When I talk about the immigration, she worry about the future. She think it is a big challenge because we are not young. We have no friends here, no working experience here.
Everybody was excited. We just want to travel, to move, because it was so hard for us to stay.
I prepare for my life in Canada. I deposit money can support my life in Canada for almost 1 or 2 years. Because I did an investigation in China, there is no surprise.
I wasn't have any idea about Canada. Actually, the National Immigrant Organization in Syria, they provide you program for 1 week. This program describes to you about Canada. So they provide like videos about Canada geographical and about Canada government, about the education there, about the rental situation, rental houses, like yeah, all this information they provided to you before you travel to Canada.
UN, who helps for refugee people, they're sending us to Canada, and I just look at the map and I said, oh, which city we're going? And my husband said, we're going to Vancouver. And I didn't know anything, even I didn't know any history about Canada.
Nowadays, skilled worker program also part is smaller, so yeah, so many people still waiting about that. Yeah, we also took 3 years. We got a permanent resident card in my country as a skilled worker. Yeah, that's the program.
By the time we sorted out all the immigration issues, and we weren't allowed to get into Canada till October. So we wanted to get in Canada before school starts, and but we haven't had a letter. So the employer said that yes, we were allowed to enter in the country, and we should come. What a surprise was, we arrived at the airport on September, and we were not allowed to get in the country because we didn't have this letter. Since we had 2 small children, we were not retained at the airport. We were allowed to leave it. But our passport and all documents were retained at the airport. The next day, we were called to the airport and we were put into a plane and sent back to Europe. I'd suggest not to come unless you have all the paperwork.
Yeah, at first we landed here and we feel we are lucky. Vancouver is a very beautiful city and sightseeing is better. Architecture is very nice.
Once we get out of the airport, it was wow, such a huge roads, congestion, traffic here and there. Well, it was amazing.
We're very excited as well because it's unbelievable services. Even the airport, when we landed, the interpreter was waiting for us. Everything was organized, the paper, everything. We were very, 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 very happy.
Canada is a beautiful country. Clean air, good education, harmony society, and friendly people. Moving from China to Canada is a simple journey, only 13 hours. But you know, it's totally different country. I have to overcome cultural conflicts, language barriers, and financial difficulties.
Vancouver is so broad and each neighborhood has their different characteristics. It was quite difficult to find out where you will settle. Since we didn't have family here or friends, that was quite a challenge. We're looking most is that our house should be close to childcare. At that time we had our son, which was 8 months old, and we needed childcare close by home. And so we went across Vancouver and we found a place, a new development on top of Burnaby Mountain. It's a new neighborhood, very calm, there is not much traffic. We have the childcare from the SFU childcare, so that's why we decided to settle there. When you move in there, we got more friends in a week that we have made in Finland in 4 years.
My big challenge was be by myself and take care of 3 kids and no help. It was a very hard time.
When I arrived, the government provided to the new immigrant place called Welcome House. This organization, immediately when you arrive to Canada, they started to set up all your applications, card, bank account for you. Yeah, so you don't have to be worried about anything actually. You
need to find someone worker which talk your language, and the settlement worker will show you way how to achieve your goal.
The settlement workers, they guide us to how to apply for ELSA program. Also, they help my children to involve them in some programs in the school, so they don't have to pay.
When I landed here, my first settlement worker had many things. One of them is apply some MSP or apply ELSA test, yeah. Or every apply to government. Yeah.
Settlement worker in school district is very helpful to new immigrants. She gave me an all-in-one brochure. It will tell you all the resources, what resources you can use and where they are. And it's very practical. So I suggest new immigrants should contact with your settlement worker for more information.
Yeah, I was a barber in Iraq, and because I have no job, so I'm still struggling with all my needs. Mosaic or Purpose Society have programs that they help you search how to use the computer or stuff like this. So I'm still keep trying to apply here and there until I will find the job that's right up my alley.
When I landed here, after 2 weeks, I got a job as a waitress for 6 months. During the time, I heard about the government supporting program. Its name is the Professional Cook Level 1. That's the kind of apprentice program at the BCC. So I learned about that for 7 months, and I completed this program successfully. But that's a very hard job to me. That kind of job is very heavy things, so I couldn't do that. I got a job connected with my ex-experience in my country. I'm working at vitamin manufacturer as a product manager. My husband was a drama producer at the broadcasting company, but now he is a auto body man. So, but he has a goal. He has want to be a journeyman. So that's the kind of apprentice program. So there is a 3 level. So he got a level 1. After next to February, he came to the school again. For level 2. Yeah.
I remember the first job interview in Canada. I passed the 2nd round, but I failed in the 3rd round. My experience is good, but I cannot communicate freely. It is not easy to find a job here, but there are many institutes or groups can help you. For example, Success. It's a good bridge for the new immigrant, and they can teach you how to prepare your resume and give you some advice and some job workshop. Another choice is Skill Connect for immigrants. It's a new program, and for the new immigrants, they can provide you some funds to help you to study continue. Sometimes you will feel disappointed when you cannot find a job, but you should keep your confidence and try times and times. When you get a job, you have the stable income. I think you will like the life here.
By 2008, I was able to get a permanent position. I got a job. I was so excited. But by 2009 April, the economical crisis, when hit so hard environmental companies in here that I lost my job. And since there, it's like it has been a battle trying to get a job. I'm here in Canada, I'm overqualified for a job. And there is this dichotomy, either you continue studying to qualify, but you get in this catch-22, no Canadian experience, no job, no job, no Canadian experience. And on top of that, you have to get into debt in order to upgrade or downgrade your skills. So I feel like I don't have pressure. Economically, we are okay. But if we will have economical issues, I think we'll have to take any job available.
After 1 year, I was working in Russian bakery because like my English wasn't good. It was 2008. I got laid off. I was just shocked and I didn't know what to do. Then I went to see the settlement worker again and she suggested me to go and apply for EI. I said, can I continue my education here? She said, oh yeah, you can choose some, whatever you was doing in your country, maybe you can restudy here. Went to school. Oh, now I'm working in a daycare with the children, 3 to 5. My big challenges was with language, and I didn't want to learn English. I said, one more language I don't want to learn. It's going to be so hard for me. I cannot go. And I was crying. I was asking my husband to send me back. I found a supplements worker. They're going to show you how to find ELSA classes. Then I went to see the supplement worker again. She helped me to find the mosaic. First they sent me to English course to improve my English. It was very hard. I was watching some English movie and I was like writing down word by word. I was making the note and memorize that word, but I cannot work in school because my English is not really good to work in the school. I choose to work with the youngest children.
The main important thing is to start their English classes, because it's so important for the future to be independent.
You know, I studied English for more than 10 years in China. So reading skill and the writing skill is good, but listening and the speaking skill is not good. I go to the ESL class to improve my language competence, and it makes me confident about my future. You know,
Learn more English. You prepare English more. Become a student first. After that, get a job. I think that English is very, very important to immigrant. I have a daughter. She is just 10 years old. My husband and me want to my daughter feel more happier.
I have two children. One is 13 years old, and I have a boy. He's 6 years old. My children have English as a third language. They didn't have any problems with language. However, the children were not assessed for learning difficulties. And that happened that my daughter, she has dyslexia, and we didn't know why in second grade she couldn't master reading. The school as well made a big effort to help us, to help her to settle down and to overcome her learning difficulties, where kids will learn according to their interests, and the teacher certainly make sure that what they learn fits with what is needed during the curriculum. My advice to the parents or newcomers is just support your children and encourage them to push forward their interests.
I have a son. He's 9 years old. I hope he can go to the top of university. My son will find many friends from other countries. They have no knowledge about English before, so they can begin at the same level. Children can bridge into the society quickly. Be patient, set a target for the children, and monitor them to execute step by step.
Yeah, I have 4 children, 2 of them turning 18, and one of them 8 years old. And I have a new child, 2 years and 3 months. I can't force them to engage in this or that. They have to decide what they are looking for, and I'm gonna support them and help them to achieve their planning. I'm so happy to see them go to school and learn and start their education. Before, when I was back home, they stopped school because of the difficult situation. Everybody has to work, even we can make ends meet. So they are very happy going to school, and they don't like to be absent even for one day. They are very excited to go always. The new immigrants have to encourage their children to go to school on time every day. Try to help them if they have any problems. Go to school and ask about their behaviors, their education, how their levels, their understanding.
My oldest daughter, she was 8. My second daughter, she was just 4 years old. My youngest one, she was just 10 months. One day I saw the settlement worker. She said, "Oh, how are you?" And I said, "Oh, I have this problem with my child." But settlement worker said, "Oh, you have to talk to counselor." And she called the counselor of her school right away, and she made me appointment. Next day I went and I talked to counselor and school principal. The problem was solved. I want to give my children a very good future. I hope my children will achieve whatever their wishes, and they're gonna become like doctor or teacher or detective, or we'll see.
Dreams and hopes in the coming years in Canada will be try to get a job still. In the meantime, continue my volunteering job. My advice to newcomers will be that get to know new neighbors, talking to them, consult any question that you have, and they will help you.
My hope is to open my own business. My advice is to socialize with people, make friends. We don't need to be shy or embarrassed of that.
I'd like to go back to the school. I want to be a nurse. I think a newcomer would better become a student in Canada.
I hope to be a real Canadian. I hope to merge into the society. When you consider immigration, when you make the decision, don't just think about the good benefits, good environment, good living condition. You should think more about practical problems, such as job, education, and cultural conflict, language barriers, and financial difficulties.
My big achievement was like to learn English, to be able to talk, and to get the job which I would like. It's very hard to start all over from zero. Just don't give up.